kind of pick open. But I kind of feel like the Vayne was a good pickup. You know, it's good in the Ezreal. You can easily tumble away from his Mystic shots. He's not able to pressure you too hard in lane. That's Ezreal's weakest point, which means...
So we'll hit his level 3, but we'll be on the top side much earlier than the Nidalee will be.
Actually,
We should be fine.
I've always just not taken tower hits here. That was so well played, honestly.
Oh my god, I just didn't even notice it. Like the level 2, and then he just kited out the tower aggro so perfectly.
And he kept autoing out of range, autoing out of range. Didn't take a single tower hit. He got like 3 autos in. I
5 this for the first 15-20 minutes, and then when they hit the 1 to 2 items, they can come in and be a lot stronger. Oh, as we say that, they're going to go straight away. TP's coming in, the exhausted go down. They're trying to fully commit to this one. It's going to be Zika and Fofo jumping in, but Zika's a little bit on his own. The Xenoblade connects, and that's enough to bring him all the way down. That's the second kill for Hong as he looks into his rest of his team and goes, look at me, I am the carry now.
It's just like the Ezreal is just kind of useless in these AD skirmishes, and it's just crazy to me the fact that Rare Adam bring 3 players. Obviously, we talk a lot about timing summoner spells, but they will actively put down those timers for when they're going to respawn the minor camps, and as a result, Leon can just chain them together, just find a window for a gank here, and is able to pick it off as well. So, you know, he's able to constantly invade on these spawn timers, pick up the camps, and then here just easily able to translate it into a gank without losing any steam at all. And with the Herald, they might actually look for the first tower. Speaking of their boy, taking a lot of damage there.
Taking a lot of damage, which means this dragon should be able to be taken here by BLG. They've got Prio in bot. They know that Leon is in top side, so they're going to be able to start this one up. And did cost aiming his cleanse, but was able to get himself a nice advantage in this bot side in terms of priority, and that means that BLG are not 100% falling behind, but they are still 5,000 gold out of nowhere, out of pocket, and RA are just this is the thing, you put such massive priority on it is just being out-jungled completely, as we see a flash there to dodge away from the spear, but now Fofo might be in a little bit of trouble. They flash forward onto him, he flashes away, he does have the distort to go away from that one, as Weiwei cannot get behind him and cannot get the kick. Leanne picks up that one, and oh, it's a disaster.
Yeah, BLG try and find a window, but are punished.
Oh, well, the way matches have been going, the way everyone's results have happened, it feels like BLG should be able to come out on top of this, but no, RA are just clapping them right now. Anything, but there is still life in BLG, and RA just got a reminder that they have to respect them.
Yeah, and I think, you know, fighting in that choke point in the jungle without full backup, obviously not ideal.
Oh, that was so nicely done. They will not be able to kill off iBoy just yet. He flashes, he heals, he keeps himself alive, but Hong will die to the Mundo. Wei goes back in, but he will drop to iBoy with the Immortal Shield Bow. He's just sustaining so much. Zika in a 1v2 will get the Everfrost onto 2, but where is he gonna go? And you're just too far behind BLG. The playmaking time is gone. You just cannot sustain in these fights.
Yeah, I mean, they managed to find that initial pick, and it was a
landing the one spear. As I say that, though, Leanne forced to go golden, has got his Zhonya's, but they are going to jump on top of him. That's a shutdown. That's a really good fight right now. That's 2 kills here. And with Cube now in the middle of this team, can he survive with the Gordrick and the Sterax? It's very, very difficult. He has to flash, and BLG find themselves an opportunity.
A good punish. You can see how that one plays out. Leanne maybe just stepping up a bit too far here. PP God coming with that flash slow so that the kick can come in, and at this position it's really well synergized. The Brawl Melt, the Ezreal at the same time, and you know, iBoy's not there, and you can't see Fofo really fine.
BLG know this is going on.
Yeah, I love this play. You know, you feel like the momentum slowed down. Let's just go for the Baron. BLG with so many towers down has such a long distance to traverse to get to the Baron, and by the time they've sort of realized, it's gone.
It's absolutely gone, and you know who else is? PP God. He goes to live with the Angels, of which he watches over, and this is just RA taking a breath, realizing that they didn't need to go for too many fights, and they're back up to 10k gold.
Meaning the end of this push, Dragon has spawned as well for them to move to when they want. It looks like they want to get the most out of this Baron, but if they're confident with this next wave, they can take it, and they should be able to.
Yeah, we have some resets coming in for PP God, and of course for aiming to get back up his mana. The inhibitor turret falls. They may go for the inhibitor. Baron buff despawning after 2 more seconds. That's now gone. The inhibitor's still alive, just about. Glacial Fissure and the stolen Solar Flare. Oh, it's perfect from BLG, but look at iBoy and Fofo. They're still on the backside as they look to try and get this one going. Q is just a massive crocodile as he burns through these health bars. Fofo goes in. Zika trying to find him out, aiming an iBoy, but iBoy comes out the better, and there's nothing you can can do now, BLG. You have to try and just keep yourself alive. The inhibitor has fallen down, and now RA look to try and end.
And it's only the solo lane that's trying to defend, and there's too much power from RA. They're going to be able to take BB out, maybe? They get it, my boy finishes them off.
And iBoy gets himself that kill. That's enough damage there from the Vayne. You can just do so much true damage to the Guinzoos. And of course, the Silver Bullet proccing. You still have minions available. The Nexus turrets have fallen down. It's Zika versus the world. Wei trying to come in on top of this. The Stolen Dominus. They haven't got enough damage to kill off the carries. And RA take the first game.
And honestly, kind of importance of mid-jungle matchups, you've now just put that roaming support into the mix who can help provide that pressure.
And of course, the Tempered Fate, great at just setting up those, or cutting.
Just need to play it safe into that level 2 point, give it a little respect. And now, Weiwei's actually... Oh, this is great.
So clever. So clever to jump in on top of him. It will be a skirmish here, and this is why we see Olaf into the Xin Zhao. He's one of the few champions that can go toe-to-toe, but when you add in a Biu, but now here's a Fofo. He's got himself the Trouble Bubble. Nicely done. We can see Biu trying to just keep himself alive, keep himself sustained. First blood. Wei using the smite to his advantage. Now Fofo in a lot of trouble. Not able to get himself killed, but with a picked up smite, he should be able to secure himself the blue buff and get himself back into lane. But Wei, nicely done.
In time.
Nah, I think that is a little bit too late to the party. iBoy and Hong going to be able to help out their jungler Lian in taking out this objective, but I think the on-way pick is just more so to maybe see if BLG want to try and get one into his hands. Of course, Wei would love the idea of having this one go for him. As we now see, there's going to be an engage onto Lian. He has no ult, he has no flash, and he has nowhere to go. Another kill over to Wei as he is starting to roll on this Xin Zhao.
PP got just able to roam so freely, but there's an issue here. We don't see aiming on this side of the map, and iBoy is already here. So this is a 5v4 in favor of Rare Adam, and I think BLG are aware of this. They're trying to buy time for the Ezreal. They may be able to just use this two-shot barrage for enough of an advantage, but that shock blast missing actually pretty big. Going down to the wire here.
Here we go. It's going to be the Rift Herald taken by BLG. They will go over and take that one as well. There is a stolen quickness here for Zika, and they cannot continue the fight. Still level 5 for Hong, so they don't have that engage, and that's what we kind of talked about in Champion Select as well. They have a Rift Herald now in the back pocket, as we can see. Flash in. Oh, the knockback. Cube has to use his ultimate, but you're going nowhere. Biu, that was beautiful.
What an outplay. The flash knockback, essentially the JSEC under tower, and then
because he just recognizes, have a look at the pro view, he recognizes there's no minion wave, so there's no real reason for this. There's just no reason whatsoever for this Viego to go for that. It's just a pure mistake on the side of Rare Adam's top laner Cube, and Biu 100% punishing.
Yeah, I think it's a combination. It's the disrespect from Cube combined with the quick response from Biu and the slick answer. Now, Weiwei's looking here, but it is a 2v1 for now.
It is a 2v1. Quickness has been used, but a TP's coming in as well. Wei taking a lot of damage, but he's not quite dead just yet. No flash onto Cube, and this Viego's going to be running for the hills, but to the skies and back to the fountain. Another kill for Biu as Wei turns a bad situation into a good one.
Yeah, and Wei just a bit too tanky to take down. The damage from the Olaf not really enough, and they have to be so cautious about the rest of BLG. Biu super strong right now, and could he get stronger? Because they're just looking to take this tower in the top lane.
And this is what I was talking about. BLG's top jungle synergy, 2-0-1, the Jace 2-0-0 on game.
Okay, now we crush the game, and I think draft's definitely a factor in both of these that we talked about, but I think BLG, that player, just so much better, and looking for more here.
They are looking for more. Lian has been ignited. I don't know if there's much place for him to go, but the Tempered Fate is good enough to keep him in place. And Lian 0-3 on this Olaf. We talked about how he's turning into a snowball. He's barely even a snowflake at this point, as he's just being absolutely just decimated in the jungle. So only won't be long for this world, but again, another opposite reaction coming out for BLG. They're recognizing, cool, 3 down and bot. We know we have pressure top side. Let's drop down the Rift Herald and get ourselves a tier 1, maybe even a tier 2 in mid.
Yeah, there's a lot of burst damage from the Zoe, but it's still not really going to be enough to take down a target, and they should just be able to go for this tier 2. I kind of respect the decision from Rare Adam to trade cross-map, because I don't think they contest well, but just because I have a pretty solid vision control in whichever area of the map they're playing on.
Yeah, well, they will get the grand entrance on top of aiming, who only Arcane shifts out to give his kill over the Fofo. So that's the first kill of the game for Rare Adam, but it's a kill for a bot lane tier 2. And you can just see BLIBILI, he's just waiting until that minion wave dies. And we talked about how it's so great to watch Xiaohu do that earlier in the day. It's amazing to see just the level of thought that goes into all of these small little plays. Saw it in the last game for Rare Adam versus BLG, where they almost found themselves a perfect team fight if it wasn't for their massive gold lead. We now see Hung going in, but I don't know if that's the fight you want to take.
Going out.
Pop! Deleted. The Tempered Fate going to be used, forcing the flash away from Fofo, as we can now see Lian forcing Yo's into the Ragnarok, but he is also moving backwards. Force the flash, the Gore Trigger proc, not enough, and now Weiwei has to flash himself away. The True Shot Barrage was not good enough, but Kaisa is dead. Fofo only just landing a little bit of damage, but that magical journey is just too damn good at getting everybody out scot-free. And now, with the bot laners dead, BLG, they turn back for Baron.
Yeah, I mean, the jungler's forced away. They still feel confident. It was a bit scrappy. Wasn't the cleanest fight considering the gold lead. But the big thing is there's so much ground for RA to cover to move into the Baron. You can see Leanne's approaching, but he's going very slowly. He's scared. What if they're waiting in the brush for me? What if they're going to one-hit me? I can't get there soon enough. Oh, and Baron's gone. And that's the issue. When you take down those tier 2 towers, there is so much ground to cover. At the moment, BLG isn't really someone who can be dealt with in the side lane. And Zeke is a problem as well. Look at him. Tier 1, but a flank's coming in.
He's flanks coming in. Look at the quickness on top. They do drop down the Tempered Fate to try and keep everyone alive. iBoy gets 1 kill, but if they can take this fight, it'll be fantastic for the side of RA. They trade 2 for 1. There's a good Everfrost though onto 3 people, and this Weiwei pick is just too damn good. Triple kill for Weiwei. He's going for the quadra kill for Weiwei. Penta kill for Weiwei, and BLG strike back with a vengeance.
And that looked like a good fight for RA. That looked like the one that could bring them back in their game, but Weiwei was just too darn strong on the Sins Out. Finds a pentakill to round out a brilliant game from him to bounce back in that series. They're just going to be able to end the game here. The minions have died. They don't really care. BLG bounce back and answer the crushing game 1 they faced from RA. Looks like the respawn's coming in, but the Nexus is a bit too low. Are very good at dealing with dive threats. As long as they can keep them at like a reasonable distance, they can kite back, they can deal a ton of damage up close to them. And so, you know, I look top lane, BLG's gonna have a target to try and gank, in all honesty.
It really, really is. Even if you do land the Hextech ultimatum down on top of him, if you just step behind him, then he just ults you out. You're in the turret range. There's so many things you have to think about. And while the pressure reset off the back of that, but now big cooldown down. Another great hook, but it is onto BLG. Not exactly the target you want to be grabbing. While this has all been happening, Cube has been pushing in the top side. He was quite enjoying our conversation about air conditioning because he didn't want to be a part of this fight at all. Now we can see a fight coming in. PB God jumps on top of them. Great flay to try and disengage. The Rift Herald down to about 4,000 HP. Ooh. That's a really, really good ultimate and enough to secure first blood. Rare Adam were patient and they were rewarded with first blood in the Rift Herald.
Yeah, so good. All the engage tools for dealing with something like Renekton, who's trying to trade with you every second. You're good, but speaking of trading with you every second, BLG not happy to let this dragon go, but RA should just be able to disengage on the back of these 2 TPs.
Double TP there towards the Dragon Pit as BLG puts himself in. They will get the Facebreaker as Fofo takes a little bit of an uncomfortable trade, but stronger position. Rift Herald going to be dropped down towards this bot side as they try to keep iBoy going on this Aphelios. Is about 15 or so CS ahead of his counterpart on aiming on this Kalista, and should be an easy push up. 160 gold there into the back pocket of iBoy, and it's exactly what RA wanted. They got the place, they get out.
And I think execution has been good from RA. They have to be a bit concerned if PP God wants to look for something here.
Oh, PB God goes in, but they're going to use the paranoia straight away. The flash forward, flash away. They're going to be able to keep him alive. No! Lian, enough of a damage dealer to take down the AD carry. Everything was used there by aiming, and just not enough to protect him or the tower.
We'll have that ultimate backup and available.
Well, we see now Weiwei moving up towards this top side. The stolen Hextech ultimatum, and Cube has already used his hook shot, wall shot, so he will not have anywhere to go. He flashes away, but the Stormbringer is here. The paranoia has been committed. Fofo is there. They're going to try and continue this dive. It's a very risky dive to go with. The Nightmare will actually proc off, so Wei will go down. Now, can you continue this fight on the side of BLG? I don't think they want to. They will get the Aphelios ult out of it, and they will put aiming down to about 1/3 of his HP, but very difficult difficult for them to do anything else after they've used so much.
Yeah, and the important thing here is you take down the jungler there. Your top laner's got TP and died sooner, so Cube can join the fight far sooner if you need. And it's going to mean that RA are just able to pick up this Herald. However, this is going to cost them a lot of time. Leon's low on mana, no Paranoia available, no Fifth Execution from the Akali. BLG are just going to beeline straight for that dragon, and honestly,
1,000 of that is just sitting on them, not really using it. They're just unspent gold. And now with this dragon spawning, you've got the Rend, you've got the ideas here from the side of BLG. Let's see if they can go for it. Hook does land. That's onto the set. Pew able to keep himself alive. He does get himself out there as the Paranoia coming back in. Pew has gone down. Hexagon momentum is there. The Nocturne has been traded. They're jumping back in on top of this. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade. It's very, very scrappy as BLG are heading for the hill. Flash hook, but the cleanse is good, but not good enough. Double kill here for the Aphelios of iBoy, and that means that RA should feel comfortable to come back to this objective and stop the stacking.
Yeah, RA bought enough time for the ult to come back up, and the teamfight execution was absolutely there. They denied the third dragon, and this is where things start to look a bit dire. This dragon adds 5 minutes on to that contest, and the thing is, you know, I'm talking about this from like a best case scenario for BLG. It's like, if BLG get every dragon, then
you've almost got 2 items now onto the Camille, as we see a hook, Paranoia, Leanne with iBoy and Hong, going to be very, very easily dispatching PP God. And this is the criticisms we've had of PP God in recent days, of just getting caught out, really not putting himself into a good position. They will have the Calibrum and the Crescendum here to try and take down this Baron, but there isn't a Kali up in this top side. They don't have full vision of exactly where everyone is. Now, Pew will walk into Fofo. TP coming in on the back end of this one as well. They still have themselves an opportunity. Wei can get back into this Baron pit. With Baron resetting, though, it looks like RA are not willing to take that flip.
they're happy just to take the teleport. You know, they got the pit.
I'm gone with the Mikhail's blessing to try and make sure that even in a world where iBoy does get caught out like this, they're not going to get caught out completely, as iBoy now flashed onto, but there's no threat there. Hong isn't there. He does get the lantern though off of the flash. There's going to be the paranoia and the teleport coming in. There's a great hook to start this one all off, and there's just too much damage off. Nothing for BLG to do. Leanne and everyone just doing as much as they possibly can. Everyone will pretty much fall for BLG, and there's no way they can contest this dragon anymore.
Yeah, I mean, Cube trying to chase down aiming. But Shift, actually will find aiming here and take out the Callista as well. It's a 4-for-1 in favor of Rare Adam. And I'm going to be honest, I think that was the right approach from BLG. They go for the flank angle because clearly running out
8,500 gold lead. They are in such ascendancy, and it's just going to get harder and harder because there's just nowhere for you to go. As my voice decides to crack out right as this fight just come in, and I feel like BLG, they're left up. They have no hopes or prayers. They need a miracle at this point. That it's just becoming so difficult for the BLG actually come back into this. Now with the Baron going onto the map, people on BLG trying to run around it. There is a good hook, but it is only onto PP God. Baron down to about 4,000 HP. They have enough vision onto it, but it doesn't look like they want to try and finish it off just yet. As I say that, it's actually a fight on two fronts. RA came off the Baron, and BLG went back onto it, so they steal away that objective. Nicely done there by BLG, but at what cost? What will they lose because of this fight? You can see Fofo just keeping everyone at bay in the top side. They do get the Baron, but they lose 3, and these death timers are getting long.
Yeah, and honestly, it looks a bit messy here because we're going to see a scenario where RA can push down the base and we see what they get. 3 kills from a Baron is kind of like the point where it becomes not really worth it, but in BLG's situation, you don't really have a choice. They got the Baron, means they deny it, you know, you take it in this situation. If you lose that mid lane inhibitor, tower inhibitor, again, you take it. But actually, it looks like they're going to be able to defend. So, you know what? I'm going to call this a win for BLG. Small win, but it's a win, and I think they need those in this game. Just the fact that they made that decision to look for the Baron instead of the fight, and were able to at least disengage 2 members. Now, they are looking for Fofo. The CC comes in.
Yeah, CC is there. They do have the scanners to know exactly where he's going to be going. He does have the perfect execution available, but so does Silas as he steals that one away. Okay, this is good from BLG. But look at the items now. You have 3 items onto the Callista. You have 3 items onto the Silas as well. We'll see what they want to go for. TP coming in off the back end of this fight. That's going to be Fofo joining in. The paranoia has been used to deny all vision, all idea of what is going on. You can see Cube and Fofo jumping in, trying to get on top of this Callista and Silas, the Soul Stopper, to keep the Camille away. The Nocturne is dead. We can see a couple of GAs go down, but it's the Aphelios now versus Zika. It's iBoy versus versus the world. It's a 3-for-2 trade in favor of RA, but critical to note that it is still BLG who are on sole point. You can see PP God and Zika scattering themselves. They're saying, look, if one of us dies, at least the other one gets out, but it is still a one fight for RA.
Yeah, it's definitely one for RA, but even so, BLG are somehow...
He hasn't got it right now. He hasn't got it right now. Trying to get out with the Baron wave, so he's just going to be able to push this one out. Make sure that they do not get any more objectives off of this one. The box has been stolen as he maybe tries to go back in on top of that, but no. Just going to use it to slow down. And Zika, he is delaying quite a lot. Forces the flash and has the Zhonya's, so they're going to have to commit a little bit more time to this. iBoy has to use the cleanse as well, and yes, you do get the kill, but those are two key summoners now gone, and the Mikhails.
If, when you're thinking about BLG's position in this game, PBU's moving forwards, it's a hook on PP God.
There's the paranoia coming in as well. Cube kind of jumping onto this backside, but they haven't really coordinated this one that great. They're jumping in now to get the showstopper in. It's going to be the ultimate to try and get down on top of his AD carry. They will get him down, and now RA look to end this game. The perfect execution from Zika does basically no damage, and again we're seeing PP God and Zika left to try and scatter themselves and defend against this absolute onslaught from RA.
They finally find that clean fight, no members drop, no objective to be stolen, and they're able to instantly segue into the extended fear onto aiming. So punishing in that situation. They're going to try and fight this off.
I mean, here we go. We're going to jump in on top of this. It's going to be very difficult for Zika to get anything done while he's in fear stasis, and absolutely no chance. It will be RA in 34 minutes taking the 2-1 victory over BLG and put themselves back among the top 4.